Hello and welcome to Livestream, our all-new program on NDTV 24/7. This is the show where we move away from the politics, the sensational headlines, to talk about the issues that matter to you. This show is also your space to make your voice heard. Now, on International Women's Day, we're being flooded with positive feel-good stories of women and women's empowerment. We're being flooded by discount offers and giveaways for women. But also, let's take a moment, step back and reflect upon some of the hard facts. There were 19,000 cases of child abuse reported in the last year alone. In the last 5 years, there's been a 277% rise in rape cases reported from the capital alone. Do campaigns like Justice for Nirbhaya or Take Back the Night or Rape Rozko, the latest one, have a lasting effect? This Women's Day, we're asking just how do we make women's safety a priority? Now, you can call us with your questions. You can shoot a video with your comment or question. You can WhatsApp that to us on that number on your screen. You can also tweet us at NDTV Livestream. Now, our number is going live right now. That's 8377088377. That's an easy enough number to dial, 8377088377. That line now live. So do call us with your comments, because this show is all about you and your views. Well, joining me on the program tonight is Swati Maliwal, head of the Delhi Commission for Women, who's also been spearheading the Rape Rozko campaign. She'll tell us all about that and answer your questions. Shana NC from the BJP is also going to be with us in a moment from now. But Swati, tell us at this point, why this campaign? This is something that you've been working on almost non-stop for the last month or so. What is the campaign all about, and why do you feel that a Rape Rozko campaign is so necessary at this point?
An 8-month-old baby was brutally raped in the capital. She was found in a pool of blood and she had to undergo a 3-hour-long operation. As DCW chief, I go and meet these victims, and I can't tell you what is it that I experience. When I saw that 8-month-old baby crying and screaming in pain, I think I just felt that a part of me died. And that is when we decided to launch this campaign called the Rape Rozko campaign, because I've been to leaders, I have gone to the court. I'm requesting that at least a system needs to be set up that within 6 months there is strong and stringent punishment which is given to the child rapists, because right now there is no deterrence. I've been demanding this for a very long time, and that is when we decided to set up the Rape Rozko campaign and just ask the people of this country to support. Today in Central Park, Connaught Place, we had given a call and thousands of people and women were there. I'm just amazed at the kind of response we got, and all of them were just demanding strong and stringent punishments against rapists to be delivered within 6 months. Until there is swiftness and certainty of punishment, we really don't think that such rapes will stop.
All right. You know, this is, of course, an interactive show. We have viewers who've been sending in their questions on women's safety right through the day. You know, one of our video callers with us now. Go ahead with your question or comment.
Hi, I'm Sanjeet and I'm a student studying in Gurgaon. And on this International Women's Day, I would like you to become more aware of how, even in today's state, as a 22-year-old, it is difficult for me to walk to a better station which is just 600 meters away from my campus. I have to take an auto or an Uber and not be able to walk in spite of people living just across the street and a park being in the closest proximity. And I would like you to make the streets feel more safe for women to walk. Thank you.
All right, Sangeet, really talking about, you know, this is something that all of us face in the National Capital Region and presumably in a lot of metropolises, you know, around the country. How is it that, you know, we can talk about stricter laws, we can talk about stringent punishment, but at the end of the day, if I'm scared just to step out of my house and go 600 meters down the road, then nothing's really working?
I totally agree with you. The Delhi police is presently lacking 66,000 police personnel. If they're going to be lacking 66,000 police personnel for the past 10 years, they're demanding it, and if it is not going to be given, obviously people are going to be scared in Delhi of walking on the streets. The fact is that Delhi police today is only doing VIP service. They are unable to tend to the people's needs because they are very, very shortly staffed. Each and every police station is functioning at half its police strength, and that is is what we are demanding through the Rape Roko movement. Please give police resources, please fix their accountability, please set up fast-track courts. Right now, this 8-month-old baby who was raped, she is going to spend the next 15 or 16 years of life in just trying to prove that yes, she was raped.
You know, Swati, I have on the phone line Kiran Bedi, Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, who, of course, you know, has a great deal of experience of policing in the capital. Kiran Bedi, I have the Delhi Women's Commission chief here with me, who's saying that, you know, policing is clearly something that is missing at this point, in the sense that the priority seems to be towards VIP policing when women's safety is such a palpably immediate issue. Is that something that, you know, you have experience of? You know, you're someone who's been so on the button on women's safety. I believe you've even written pillion in Puducherry undercover to see whether that city is safe for women or not. So, you know, what can you share with us at this point?
You see, crime prevention is not only police. Crime prevention is police plus. So while the police has to be comprehensive, police itself needs a declared crime prevention plan, crimes against women plan. They must declare all the checklist. It's a large checklist of what is crime prevention plan concerning women. But as I said, it has to be police plus. Where is that plus? Where the community is involved. Therefore, we need to be exactly knowing whose role. It's like pollution. Everybody is a polluter. We are all polluting in one form or the other. Similarly, in crimes against women,
okay,
we are equally, all of us are contributing in one way or the other. But there are stakeholders, and there are people who are directly responsible or indirectly responsible. As a society, I believe in a comprehensive crime prevention plan, in which everybody has a role to play, and everybody must be accountable to play their own role. So therefore, unless we declare that plan and share responsibility, we will keep accusing, but we'll never reach solutions.
All right. Kiran Bedi, do stay on with us. Swati Maliwala, of course, with us also. But we do have another video question from Deveshi Chug, who's in fact sending us this question from Singapore. Deveshi, go ahead. What's your question?
I think most important is the recognition of the fact that women's safety is not just a law and order issue. Women don't exist in isolation, and if women really could do what they wanted, be what they wanted, wherever they wanted, whenever they wanted, it would just be a happier place. Secondly, I think a lot of times us women are just held back because of the centuries and generations of beliefs that have been pounded on us. And sometimes I think it's very important to just let go of those and just go out there and do our thing. Having said all that, in the short run, it really is a law and order issue. And I think there needs to be a concerted and structured effort to ensure that, you know, time is up.
Time is up, and you know we've seen that as an anthem in so many places, and now women in India and those who are watching the Indian situation clearly saying the same thing. China NC is also with us at this point. China, you know, we've been talking about, of course, a movement needed, a concerted campaign for stricter police action, a demand for fast-track courts, a demand for stringent punishment for rapists. But you know, here we have a viewer who's telling us that, you know, law and order can't be the only solution. There's got to be a greater societal role in all of this for women to be able to go out and do their own thing, to not have to worry about what clothes they wear, or, you know, people just judging them for being where they are. So in your opinion, how do we go about guaranteeing women's safety
on
then?
International Women's Day, we can't be treating this just as... Yeah, hear me out. Yes. I said that we cannot just think of this as one day for a woman. This is a day that needs to be celebrated by men and women alike. And I feel that the start to your question, rather the answer to your question, is when women respect women and when men respect women. And I think in the 21st century, women are not going to be bowed down or be told that this is the way you need to dress, or this is the way you need to act, or this is what you need to be, because moment a woman is economically empowered, financially empowered, in a situation where she is independent of anyone else for remuneration, automatically the scenario changes. Automatically she is viewed differently. Like, I want to also say that, you know, there are lots of people who pretend to be moral custodians of society.
Yes.
There are people who pretend to be the sole guardians and the know-it-all when it comes to the woman's manual.
Okay.
Those days have changed. We have to understand that the 21st century,
Okay, that's all
women
very well,
of India
but at the end
are
of-
much more
yes.
discerning, much more
Okay.
assertive,
Yes.
and much more aspirational.
Women are
where
more-
they themselves.
Okay, we take all of those points on board, but we also have live callers at this point. Amar Hedari is calling from Pune. Amar, what's your question?
Yes, ma'am. Firstly, I would like to say Happy Women's Day to all of you.
Yes.
My only crux of this whole issue is that what Saina ma'am just mentioned about how women should be respected irrespective of a particular day. It's really scary to see that every day we come across so many incidents of unnecessary outrage against women, and it's really it just bamboozles me that India, at its growth at which it's growing, still faces such a issue which shouldn't be relevant right now. I mean, considering Delhi being the capital of our country,
yes.
and it has so many issues related to rape and women's security.
Yeah.
It's really frightening to witness such a
Okay.
It's ridiculous to see.
We take your point. We take your point, Amar, and thank you for calling in. You know, to come back to you, Swati, you know, what is it that the campaign hopes to achieve? Because we've had campaigns in the past. We've had Take Back the Night. There have been so many protests on Nirbhaya. 6 years later, how have things changed? We have Baby Nirbhaya now, the case that you've been talking about, the 8-month-old who was raped. There have been so many instances of child abuse. There has to be some sort of systemic intervention to all this. So what do we do? I mean, as 50% of the voting population, should women now say, you know, make this a part, make women's safety a part of election manifestos, otherwise we're not going to vote? You know, can it just be only about, you know, asking for law and order solutions anymore?
I think we need to create deterrence. I think it is the role of the government, the powers that are, to create deterrence. It is very unfortunate. According to Delhi Police, between 2012 to 14, 31,446 crimes against women were reported and less than 150 were convicted. If that is the condition, obviously people are not scared. A girl walks back in a bus, she goes back to her home, a Delhi University student, she is molested, a man masturbates sitting right next to her and nobody raises a voice. So that is what the Rape Roko campaign now aims to achieve. One is there needs to be deterrence, fast track courts we need, we need police resources, we need police accountability, so that within 6 months strong punishment is given to anybody who does something wrong and is proved guilty by the court of law, and it has to happen within 6 months. The other thing is we need to have mentality, mindset change, and that is what Rape Roko volunteers are right now doing.